Well, thanks, Jim. Yeah, and I would characterize our priorities in two general areas, one of which is, now that most of us within the Department of Justice have gotten relatively comfortable with managing mobile devices, commercial mobile devices, we've got them all, distributed throughout our workforce. It's really looking at how do we more economically and more efficiently deliver some of those, what are now essentially commodity services across the department. So we've been working very closely with the other components within DOJ, with the Office of the CIO at DOJ, to look at things like moving some of our mobile device management capability to a common, preferably as a service model, because it has, in a relatively short amount of time, a couple of years, gone from being something that, frankly, none of us had ever really heard of to something that's now essentially a commodity. and looking at, now that we've gotten to that point, recognizing that and moving those services to the most economical model possible to deliver them to our users. And then at the same time, and again, kind of going back to the maturity model that Jeff alluded to earlier, it's now focusing our attention more on the grow and transform aspect of things. So really focusing more on the application space and delivering those meaningful applications to our users that really change the way they do business. And we're certainly looking at that within ATF because of the highly mobile nature of what we do, both in law enforcement and regulation, where you can imagine there are some pretty compelling things that we can deliver on a mobile device that would really significantly change the way our people in the field get the job done. And that's really going to be our focus over the next year, is looking at where are those opportunities and focusing on delivering the capabilities necessary to realize that. One example is case management, where we've got an old case management system. We could certainly make it available on a mobile device in a very inelegant and not very user-friendly fashion, but that doesn't really meet the needs of the user in the field. So it's how do we translate some of those legacy systems and legacy business processes into a truly mobile environment that focuses on truly enabling what our workforce does when they're in the field. And so that's where we're going to really be focusing our efforts in the next year or so.
I agree too.